Welcome back to the Odryssian Kingdom campaign. We are moments away from going in against a whole bunch of elephants and shit. And I'm actually really not looking forward to this fight. But it'll be fun because it'll be a big old battle. So anyway, let's get stuck in. Alright, well, we do have a slight hill advantage, but that's not going to end up meaning too terribly much. Now they're melee infantry. I can't see any of them right now, but those guys with the big old mace things, they actually might be swords on these units, but they should beat my swords in a one-on-one fight, I think. Especially if they get a good charge. So I'm a little bit concerned about that because I have a lot of those units. The elephants, if I can get my hoplites on the front line and get the elephants to charge into the hoplites, they won't do a ton of damage, and then we can just kill them relatively easily. And you know what? If I deploy right at the back here, my artillery can probably only shoot about that far anyway. Matter of fact, why don't I just test it? If I were to deploy the artillery back here, yep, they can only shoot right up to there, right where I thought. It's not very often I actually gauge the range right. Alright, but we are going to need to be careful with our shots. Now I don't want to be too close to the back of the map because then it's just really, really annoying to move the camera around. But I would rather do that and have my armies quickly form up than just charge forward and cause myself problems. Now I could get like super picky and like deploy on here and get the maximum little amount of hill. I could use the forest to prevent them from doing quite as much skirmish damage. But I think I've got this battle in the bag pretty easily. Well, I shouldn't say easily, I should say something more like I'm confident we have this battle under control. So I don't think I need to get super nitpicky about how we do this. Okay, these guys I think I want to be on my flanks, so I'm actually going to take them off of fire at will because it'd be nice for them to get their javelins into the sides and rears of units. Just go ahead and put both units of cav over here. Let's actually put them up here, see if we can get a little bit of scouting right off the bat. General, just chill out in the back as usual. Archers. Alright, let's get this ball rolling.
We'll kill them all! You know the rink? I am thirsty. So, let's get this over quickly. Batter them and beat
Enemy
them.
reinforcements approaching.
Then we shall drink, and I shall get royally pissed. Riders, advance!
Okay. So their reinforcement army is coming in kind of close, which is fine. These guys actually intimidate me a little bit. The other ones I don't think are super heavy elephants, so they're not as scary. You guys rock out to that side. Let's actually go ahead and put the Thracian cavalry all together, because they're like all skirmish cav or whatever. Okay, our whole army's in, so we're going to pause it, get formed up, and then I'll try and play this without too much pausing or anything. These guys cannot form phalanx, which is very unfortunate. But not the end of the world. Okay. You guys... I actually want to play a little bit dense here. I like to have the cavalry kind of out of the way as well. Where are these guys? There they are. Oh yeah, I merged out a unit of these, didn't I? That's okay. Right, let's put our melee infantry. Do you know what? Are both of these guys in the reinforcements? Yes, they are. Okay. Archers, let's lump you all together. Just for sake of ease. Managing the archers, I'm probably going to need some slow motion or some pausing to help me out with that, but once we get their chariots and their elephants off the field, it won't be as big of a deal. We'll just go ahead and move all of these guys together on the front line. I don't think there's any point being too particular about that. Our hoplites will hold out just fine. These guys, I don't care if they hold out just fine because they're mercenaries and I just don't care about them. Okay, you guys just go hang out over here and let's see what happens. Did I at least give everyone a move order? As long as everyone has a move order, we're okay. And I definitely want enough units available to reinforce the front line. So I'm actually going to have a full second line of swords.
Swords!
Do you know what I could do with one of these guys being over here just because they have a bonus against elephants, and on the off chance the elephants decide to charge my flanks, I want to be able to deal with them.
Ready for battle!
Okay, let's go ahead and fast forward while our dudes form up. And then I need to get the skirmish cav back out front. Okay, let's just go ahead and give the order now. Just because I need line of sight on the edge of my artillery range. Because I want that artillery to get as many kills as it possibly can. Now the AI should be kind of doing the same thing, forming up their armies. They're probably just going to make one massive line. Hopefully they condense that line as they start to get closer to me. Yeah, these guys are going to be tough to take on. But it's absolutely doable. Let's go ahead and see if we can just hide these guys in the bushes. Those aren't bushes, those are trees, but we're going to hide them out there if we can. Okay. It's not these guys I was concerned about. That's a pretty neat looking unit though. It's not them. Where are they? These guys? Yeah. Okay. No, not them. These guys. These guys should beat my infantry head on relatively easily, I think.
Spartans!
Just go ahead and form phalanx now. You know what, realistically I should have a unit of spears out here on the flank because the phalanx won't fight as well without that.
Orders, my lord!
Yeah, screw it, let's do it. Get out here. You guys tighten up a little bit. Do you know what, let's move you out here first so you're not running through your own formations. Because then you'll move faster, hopefully. Come on, you should still run though.
Advance at speed!
This unit is riding the struggle bus. Come on, come on. gonna go ahead and move him off to the side on the unit bar as well. You guys need to go faster than this.
Ready for battle.
Okay, cavalry's in range, but obviously I don't want to shoot the cavalry. Oh my goodness gracious, this is going to be one hell of a battle.
What are your orders? My lord!
Okay, we've cleaned up things over here a little bit.
Orders, my lord!
Okay, here's where things get ugly.
Forward!
Dude, that is so many chariots. It's not even funny. I'm just going to retreat all the way back with my cav, because they have overwhelming missile superiority on this side. I may need to entirely reform my army to deal with this. You guys get in on the side of the hoplites. Ooh boy. Okay, artillery is just now coming into range. I would like to get rid of their missiles quickly, because they could end up doing a lot of damage to my hoplites. Okay, if that's how it's going to be, I'm going to go ahead, man. I said I wasn't going to play this whole thing on stop motion. I want the artillery to get involved as quickly as possible, but I don't know that shooting elephants is a particularly good target for them. Let me rephrase that. I know that shooting elephants isn't a particularly good target for them. Don't tell me they still have range from back there on the elephants. That's insane.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Okay, these guys are actually probably pretty decent. Like, really, really decent in melee, and they are set up for melee right now. Okay, let's keep just pulling all the way back around, because I'm actually scared of that. Artillery. Let's see, which one has range right here? This one. Go to town on their heavy melee infantry. Please don't move, just shoot. Please don't move, thank you. Okay, you, heavy melee infantry. I need to make really, really good use of my archers in this battle. Okay, let's turn this unit just a little bit to help out with the flanking charge that I'm sure we're about to take. Okay, let's rotate a couple of units of archers back here as well.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Yeah, this is just so many bloody units that I think I have to play this on slow motion. Okay, my front line is established. They have elected to not charge me just yet. I'm gonna see if I can go catch their cavalry. I have a very not defensive unit over there playing defense, which is bad. Okay, they're very, very heavy on this flank. Archers still aren't quite in range to be doing anything useful. I should probably move my archers up. Yeah, I'm going to let the swords fall back, and I'm going to move the archers up. Okay. Kind of caught those guys. Let's send these guys in on them as well. Let's take these guys out of fire at will. I just don't know that that's going to be the best use of our ammo. Okay, you lot. Just start shooting some skirmish cav wherever you can. The rest of our archers are not quite in range yet. Artillery has stopped firing because they lost sight on their targets. Can we get... that's a light elephant, I don't care about that, whatever. Hit some of these bigger blobs, I think. Okay, you guys need to set up wider than that. Okay, you can't chase cavalry with infantry very effectively, so don't even try. Okay, I think I have too much on this flank and not enough on the other, so I'm going to rotate some of these center troops back over here. Okay, all of you archers, kill you some elephants.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Cavalry is still hidden. Let's keep it that way for the time being. I'm gonna say, what are those guys shooting at? They have so much skirmishing capacity. Holy cow. I'm gonna need to get way more aggressive than this if I'm gonna win. But against those elephants, it's hard for me to be aggressive. Okay, eating the charge here. You guys pray for the best. That's about all I can tell you. Okay, my center archers are firing into the super heavy elephants. Maybe it's not the best target. I do need to change my artillery's target though. Okay, shoot there, I guess. I don't know. Just hit something else for now. Okay, it's 2 units. We've almost dealt with one of their skirmish cav, which is very good. The more cav we can deal with, the better. These chariots are gonna hurt, but just gotta eat it. Actually hit those light cav first. You guys can have an attack order. I'm gonna need more troops out here. Okay, archers. Please don't be like this. Okay, those guys are doing fine against the elephants. Archers, you're gonna reform just a little bit here.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, we're doing some pretty good damage to their chariots without taking terribly devastating losses just yet. Okay, you guys need to go get in on the elephants as quick as you can. You guys switch over to the elephants. You guys run up here. Get ready to deal with those spears. Actually, just go all the way up there. Okay. My cav is still hidden somehow. I'm pretty sure cav loses to chariots. Pretty sure. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure cav loses to chariots. You guys start shooting that. You guys don't have any other missile units in range. You guys don't either. Maybe you can shoot that. We'll see.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay. Not looking great, but we're not looking terrible over here just yet. Let's send those guys in to plug that gap. We are starting to run out of infantry on our front line. Doing fine out here. Except I don't know where these guys went. You guys, stop that. Go over here. You guys are still working. Actually, it looks like you dealt with your target, so switch. I needed my cav to stay alive so I could deal with all of those missiles, so let's get over there and start dealing with them. Okay, that's gonna hurt, but I think they're gonna catch their own charge with their guys for the most part. You guys are still shooting, so go ahead and keep shooting. Okay, if I think anywhere is gonna break, I think it's gonna be over here on my front line, so I'm gonna send an extra unit that way. These guys can't quite make it out around the flank just yet. I'm hesitant to try charging out here, but I think I need to. Okay, it's time to get the cav involved on this flank. It's time. I'm gonna need another unit here, I think, as well. Oh, I've been shooting my own front line, haven't I? How much damage have I done to myself? Nothing looks too serious across those units, so I think we're actually okay. Alright, both of you try and hit that unit because it's going to be a little bit out of the way for now. Okay. I know I should have the spears hitting the elephants instead of the swords, but the spears need to keep surviving against the heavy melee infantry for as long as they can. Okay, things are looking alright. We've still got a decent chunk of ammo with our skirmishers. Let's get you guys moving forward. You guys can start wrapping up the flank. You guys can just hold back for a moment.
Our general is under attack.
Yep, he's getting shot just a tiny bit. Not a big deal. Ooh, perfect. Shoot the phalanx infantry with the artillery. Okay, that general's unit is not something to be concerned about for my cavalry at all. Okay, if they want to charge in there, I'm going to send infantry to support. You guys, quit moving, brace if you can. You know what, that unit of chariots has almost routed. Let's just see if we can get rid of them. Okay, like I said, the archers I'm going to need a little bit more micro help with. Let's see here, I'll just do it this way instead. Not too concerned about the elephants anymore. Just need to start hitting their missiles. Prevent them from cracking my front line. That's the goal here. Okay, you guys can actually come over here to start helping out with that mess. You lot. I don't know, just go there and go on fire will for now, I guess. I'm going to need something to deal with those chariots. So I should save a little bit of ammo, but I'm not going to. This is a battle that might actually be more interesting if I do a replay of it instead of this cluster. Okay, that unit is gone. Not entirely, but basically gone. Go back to shooting them. You guys start working the flank.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
All of you guys do your thing. General, get ready to help out on the flank. I'm going to send both of them that direction. Okay, I'm actually very, very concerned about this area right now. So I'm going to send more infantry over to support. Cavalry, please be faster than chariots, because I'm quite confident that's not a fight you can win. You know what, I think I have to just get in there with at least one unit to slow them down. Sorry, Cappadocians, but it's a done deal for you. You guys are obviously not winning, but you're surviving, and that's good enough for now. Just shoot into that blob, I don't even care. Okay. Still dealing with stuff out here. We are going to get shot in the booty a little bit. That's why we want to get the general through here to start chasing off some of their guys. So if I can chase off some of these missiles, that will be immensely helpful. I can actually chase off a couple of them right now with the infantry. Combat even against chariots? I don't believe it. Okay, you guys charge that unit. You guys charge that unit.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Archers over here starting to run out of ammo. Or is that the artillery? That's the artillery, I think. Okay, our front line's holding up. These guys are not holding up, so I'm going to need reinforcements there first. These are also the ones that went up against the elephants, though. Okay, we're looking alright. Not really sure where this unit came from. Let's pull these guys out for now, see if we can set up some flanks. Let's actually get back over here with the cav, because we've got our generals coming through. Okay, you do need to come through though. Okay. Good, good, good. We've wrapped up one flank. These guys are going to get shot to hell, so let's just send them into melee. Give them a target they can actually fight, and then let them fight it. You guys get to pull back. You guys should do okay. You didn't get a charge, but you should do okay still. I need some help against this blob, though. This is the one that's scaring me a little bit. You guys, I know I'm charging through my own unit, so it's not going to be particularly effective. Okay, I gotta pause and manage my archers again for a second. Are there any priority targets? Let's hit as many of these guys as we can, because they don't have shields. Let's actually reform. If my units are set up more clean, it'll be a lot easier for me to manage them at an appropriate speed. Okay, you guys. I think we can handle this on like at speed now. As soon as we crack this, we'll be good to go on this flank. Okay, you guys have a charge order, you guys have a charge order, you guys have a charge order, you guys just keep coming around, you guys pull through here. You guys come through here. I have left this flank exposed, which is a little bit concerning. So let's bring these guys back over to help out with any cavalry threats. Okay, they're just pulling units out of the nether right now. Okay, but we're starting to deal with them. I'm going to keep these guys in place so that they can reinforce the front line rather than working a flank. Okay, that other unit routed like instantly, which is a little bizarre, but I'm not upset about it in the slightest. Okay, we don't want our cavalry to get trapped, so we're going to pull them out here. You guys, just get rid of them. I don't want to see them anymore. Rest of you, hit them, I suppose. Okay, pull the cav back out of that one, send the infantry in instead. Okay, starting to deal with this pretty clean. These guys are going to need some serious help. Well, these guys are going to die. That's okay, though. They're not exactly one of my most important units. Men are wavering. Who? Center. Yep. Okay, that's all right, though. We've got plenty of extra bodies on that line. And now that we've surrounded them, we can start to do some really good damage here. Actually, you know what? No, you guys get a rear charge there. You guys get ready to help out. You guys come back over here. Because what I want to do now, you guys go over there and help just clean that up. Okay, because what I want to do next is have these guys do this. Right, archers, you still have ammo. Just pound away at these guys. Okay, you guys pull out of it. Okay, I'm gonna have the archers stop shooting here in a moment because I don't want friendly fire problems. Just kidding, archers, get over here, get ready to kill some elephants, please. That's gonna hurt pretty bad. Unless they rout. Yes, they routed before they got back. Okay. They should all die. Let's pause it for a second and get the cavalry in. You guys can all fire at will, but go into melee. All of my archers stop shooting at the same time. Not that the same time really matters, but whatever. Send the cavalry in back here to do just as much damage as we can. Okay, so we lost a unit of swords. We might not completely lose it. We took some heavy casualties on these mercenaries. I don't know that this is a good idea to send cavalry in there. Was it a good idea? Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to bother with it. Oh, and I've had freaking war cry available this whole time and haven't used it. Everyone over here just blob that phalanx.
Heavy horsemen.
Okay, you guys are not winning, so get the hell out of there. You guys are not winning, so get out of there. Did I get... How did that happen? Their unit got around behind me. Okay. Good enough. Send the cavalry back in. Alright. Well, that was a bit crazy. I'm going to save this for my own viewing pleasure. Because sometimes I like to go back and rewatch these bigger battles. Alright, well we took a lot of casualties. But, I mean, obviously that was not a losing fight. Elephants, I think the AI just does not know how to use them. I don't personally know how to use them effectively, but the AI definitely doesn't know how, because they basically never accomplish anything. Now, since they retreated before this battle, they should both be completely wiped out. Right? These guys actually survived, which is nice, because they are rank 7. But I was I was planning on replacing these units with the better thorax units anyway. So I'm not too fussed about them being heavily injured. Okay, out here. Pretty sure this is the unit that went in against the elephants on what will have been the left side of the battle, but my right flank. Left side because of the direction I was watching the battle from. Okay, the hoplites really didn't get a lot of kills, but they didn't need to. They just needed to survive on the front line, because that's what hoplites do. These mercenary spears did not perform very well, but I don't care at all, because they did their job. In this, generally speaking, I like my front line to be pretty potent and have some serious killing power. In this particular battle, all I wanted to do was have my front line be able to survive, and they did exactly that. I'm going to execute these guys. Yep, they should both be gone. And I think rather than doing a replay, I'll just leave it in how it is. I feel like it's a more authentic take on how I actually end up playing the game. We'll drop back just a little bit here. Let's see, 34 men. Okay, so we will lose this unit. Nope, not disband. Merge. Alright, the other thing we need to do is take this city. We should take very, very few casualties because they don't have much of an army here anymore. Alright, now what happened? Those guys died, which is perfectly fine. I was going to disband them as soon as I took the city anyway. Let's just occupy it and convert it. Alright. I could do with the public field thing in here. Okay, I'm not concerned about any threats in this direction at this exact moment. Obviously there's still plenty of threat over here, but I'm not concerned about it right now. This actually looks like a very, very weak Parthian army compared with some of the other ones they have had floating around. Okay, and if I remember right, that was basically the end of this turn, right? Even on a lower tax rate, we are still making decent money. Okay, these guys can just be immediately merged. Since they kept decent health after being merged, I'm probably just going to hire some crummy mercenaries real quick. Oh, yes, I can actually recruit them now. Oh, dude. I might get a whole army of these guys. Those guys look cool. Okay, we'll just get some heavy spears here for now to match this, though.
For the tribe!
Okay, Palmyra is going to have a rebellion. Not a problem. Out here, Tyros needs some public order, so I am going to start investing in that. Since we don't actually really get many penalties for building a lot of these earlier buildings, I might start investing in them anyway, because now that we're starting to close off this front, I'm feeling more confident in each of these armies individually. So yeah, let's just go ahead and start building this stuff up. Why not? These guys can deal with the rebellion as soon as it pops up. These guys are a complete non-factor. You know what? Can I chase them? If anyone can chase them, it would be the Fury. Okay, not quite. Let's go ahead and go back into recruiting then.
Fight with us. It's a good life. Thirsty for
I'm
battle.
hoping the Fury can get back up to full strength very, very rapidly, just because of how much of their army is foreigners. Okay, these guys... I don't really care too much about most of these units because they're just like levies. I do need to start replacing some of these swords, so I might have Blund's bandits take on those heavier Akkadian elites. And if that's the case, I think I want skill for infantry. Okay, next turn, I think I'm actually going to disband a bunch of these guys, because that'll jump a bunch of extra population into this city, which will help these two armies replenish, and then it'll also open up space for me to recruit these dudes, because I really want these guys. I'm hoping I can get 6 units of them. I'm hoping I can get 6 units of them. Alright, anyway, let me do a quick double check out on the Western Front after I, of course, look over the agents. Sir Odyrus, what is your plan? Oh, do you know what? Okay, no, that was this turn, never mind. I wish you guys could chase that down and kill it, but whatever. You, sir, are going to go down here because that's where I would expect to encounter more enemy armies. Alright, so that army is essentially a non-factor with the exception of the amount of slingers they have. This army is the real threat. Do I have enough cavalry between these two? Oh yeah. Okay, so we can deal with the slingers, no problem. We've got enough to hold up against the infantry. I'm not concerned about the Lusitani usurpers. Lusitanan Confederation, forgive me. Not concerned about them at all. These guys take a little bit of attrition, that's a bummer, but whatever. Alright, I think that's everything managed. Let's just go through and get these last couple of details. Good. Good, good. I love the area of recruitment system in this mod. It's one of my favorite things about the mod. Because right when you're starting to get, like, one of my biggest things in this game is like having cool units to use. And so especially with this faction where I get access to some of my better units very, very early on, I don't get much variety in my native units. So having the area of recruitment units available is freaking awesome because it means I can get excited about armies again. Like these armies eventually I will swap out for actual proper... I might turn both of these into some heavier auxiliary armies. but I'll at least be able to swap them out for some proper units instead of just whatever crap I threw together at the time.
Thirsty for the tribe. Ready.
Alright, anyway, let's check some loyalty. Loyalty's good. Okay, she came of age. Did this chick turn 18 yet? Where is she? Where are you? There you are. Not quite 18 yet. We'll go ahead and get her married anyway. Not a big deal. I could also start working on getting some more of my people, some more of my women up towards rank 4 so that I can have even better empire maintenance reduction. I would rather have that with the younger women than the older one, just because it means I will keep that bonus for longer. So let's actually start it with this 14-year-old. And now that we're actually taking land in Mesopotamia, I may send her there. Thrake still needs help, man. What the heck? Yeah, we'll send her to Thrake first. Because I don't have armies available near Thrake to put down rebellions. And since I dismantled the other building, I lost a lot of public order here. Do you know what? I may even, instead of going for public order, I may go for a recruitment boost, because I might recruit an elite army back here again. Okay, melee attack skill, that would be good. Versus shots per minute, which isn't that big of a deal. Alright, whatever, I'm not too fussed about that. Alright, next turn. Did I forget something? What am I forgetting? I always do this to myself. I'm just going to do it. End turn. The reason I want to be so careful with these end turns is that normally I manage my campaign a lot different than what I'm doing in this one. And so I don't need to be as careful with each unit, making sure I make all the right moves everywhere. But in this one, I feel like a couple of wrong moves in a row could cost me a huge amount of ground and potentially destroy the whole campaign. So I'm just trying to make sure I avoid that.
I am told our treasuries lack a sum of gold.
See, I don't really need
Perhaps
you guys to
might
join that
feel the
war.
urge.
I never even looked at my military victory objectives because I got sidetracked with the next like mission or whatever. I kind of don't want to give you a defensive alliance because I'd rather have a military alliance.
Living children think differently.
Can we go straight to a military alliance? What if I just throw a bunch of money at you? Oops, not demand. Offer money. What? I would take that for 35 grand. Are you kidding? Okay, military access moderate. Let's get that first. Because at this point the campaign is halfway between winding down and winding up. Because we're starting to be able to go on the offensive against some of these more major factions, but we're also starting to get to the point where we have enough control that we're not really under threat anymore. And at that point I will probably stop uploading from this campaign and switch over to the Pergamon campaign. I'll probably still play this one in the background. I might even just go out there and fight that just for the hell of it. Fighting battles for the hell of it generally is not a good idea in my opinion, but that one it might not be too bad. Okay, chase them off, not a big deal. Wipe them out. All of them.
Ready?
Okay, instead of going back into the settlement now that I'm a little bit more comfortable with the situation out here. Let's just go here and fortify. We can't fortify. Okay, whatever. Get back in the city. Still in the positive on public order. That'll be good enough for me for now. This army, I don't plan on doing any attacking with at all, so let's just give them some defensive boosts. Okay, 1 food minus banditry. Let's go for the research rate and empire maintenance instead. We'll just keep the construction moving right along. I really might go fight that. I'm tempted. Can we see what's in their army? Because if it's a lot of pikes, I probably won't fight it. It looks like it's a lot of cavalry, which actually could be problematic. Let's pop across here and see if we can get more information on what they have.
On the move, lads.
Wow! Oh, there's an Nabatean army I didn't see. Alright, well, run. Run, bitches, run. Okay, back to the city. Alright, well, I don't know how I didn't see that, because it's not like I didn't have line of sight on it. Pretty sure I had line of sight on that army, I just didn't realize they could reinforce from that bloody far away. Alright. Slight change of plans. These guys get the Acadian heavies. I do need to deal with them just so that they don't cause me any more problems. Okay, let's move Candy's Conquerors up here, because when I finally get to go on the offensive, I'm going to want my siege armies in position to do it. Plus, we might even get a little bit of replenishment in Ganzak instead of Hatra. Oops, let's build that now.
Ready for orders. Ready for battle.
Alright, let's see here. I'll pull the Fury out here, whatever. They can play defense.
Impossible.
What do you mean impossible? You can't go there?
Getting on our way.
Oh, I may have like clicked on a part of the settlement that doesn't exist on the map or some shit, whatever. Those guys actually aren't that great, but they are rated higher than my hoplites. Why though? More armor, it looks like.
Warriors all.
By rated higher, I mean their upkeep is higher. We can't quite chase that down just yet. Blund's bandits. Rather than disbanding immediately, I'm going to let you sit here and hold Hatra for a moment. And then I will send them back to Tushpa, I think. But again, that's if I remember a couple of turns from now, which, as we all know, there's a very, very high probability I will not remember. Okay, these guys pretty soon can move up and hold those choke points. It may even be good to take Ecbatana. And now that I can get more armies over here, I might be able to be a little bit more aggressive. The problem is, once I get to this point, that's way too wide of a front to lock down with half of my armies. At least not in as secure of a manner as I like to do. I've been thinking about this one, I may actually not recruit an army up here. I may just leave it and hope for the best. Because Parthia has not sent anything up here ever, and we've had this bit of back and forth for a lot of turns in a row.
Yes. Heading out.
Okay, Galatia is rebuilding their forces after being decimated over here by Blund's bandits and whoever else was there. Parthia is just kind of hanging out. These guys are just kind of hanging out. If the AI would just leave me alone for a few turns, just sit back and play defense, that would be awesome. Granted, they haven't exactly been doing much attacking now that I've been aggressive. trying to think, because where do they go? These guys are going to come down here. Oh, that's perfect. Then I'm going to be putting a bunch of spears in the army that I wanted to have heavy spears. The problem is I'm putting them on the wrong side of the map. I wanted them over here. I still can't recruit anything cool over here, can I? Persian cavalry. They're probably pretty decent, but they're not that cool. And that doesn't give me anything cool over here either, so...
Thirsty for battle.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and just keep sending this army over here. Wait a minute, who was it that had the extra... Or is this in my Roman campaign? I thought I had an army with 2 ballista and a scorpion. That's probably my Roman campaign. Alright. I think the main reason I have the Roman campaign is so I can play this game without having to talk over it. Because I have other people that live in my apartment and I don't want to just be constantly blabbering to myself because there's basically no insulation in this place. So even me talking like this, I'm talking pretty quiet, but I'm sure everyone else in the apartment can hear me clear as day. And I don't want to be a nuisance to my flatmates. Okay, you guys can go ahead and move forward. Grumpy's Guard, just get rid of them real quick. Okay, now that you've dealt with that, I need to go back through and check my provinces. You know what, I could take that fight with these two. I could twin stack on here, get Grumpy's Guard some more experience. Yeah, let's do it. I'll probably auto-resolve this one because we should have an enormous balance of power. Matter of fact, if anything, I bet they're just going to run away. Yeah. And I'd rather not chase too far into Carthage's territory just because you never know when the AI is going to try and screw you over. Okay, Bendy's chosen. Can you fortify there? Do it. You, I'm not going to have you patrol. I'm just going to leave you. Okay, spears, just chill out for a little while longer. Can we recruit anything cool here yet? Because I'd like to get rid of that unit of mercenary hoplites. I might pick up these guys because those guys are decent. Yeah, let's do that. Goodbye, hoplites. Hello to those heavier infantry. I know I've scrolled past them, but I wanted to check everywhere else real quick. Of course, now I might be talking too quiet because I got myself self-conscious about talking loud. Anyway, let's get up here. These guys actually shouldn't be taking supply attrition anymore, should they? I feel like they shouldn't. Okay, let's go here, make sure we're in range to reinforce ourselves. And since they have the movement range, we can go ahead and raid. Wow, so we didn't even make it here by summer. Like I was hoping. We're going to make it by fall, though. I mean, I think I could have, with Funky's Fieldmen, just gone and taken this. But I'd rather not get over there and find they have like 220 stacks and a 20-man garrison, and then have Funky's Fieldmen have to fight a ridiculously difficult battle. If they have that kind of stuff over there, I'd definitely like to fight it, just not under those circumstances. Alright, I think everything's taken care of this turn in terms of army movement. Captain Odryssian. Whatever, you can just keep going this way. Because at this point, once we go back to once we take this, we can move up to the border here, and then as soon as, well, not move up to the border, we can go take this settlement and then move up to the borders everywhere, and then as soon as Carthage declares war on us again, we can immediately take 3 settlements off of them and essentially push them all the way out of Spain. And then it's just a matter of getting a foothold in Africa and clearing Ibasim and then holding our ports, which won't be terribly difficult, I don't think. Alright, I was in the middle of checking out my agents. Did I ever recruit that last champion that I needed? I did not. Alright, well. Watch me forget by the end of this while I'm checking all my armies to make sure everything's squared away. Okay, Blund's Bandits, we already know what they're doing. These guys are on defense. Alright, let's get that damned champion. What army needs it? Grumpy's Guard has one. Candy's Conquerors have one. Funky's Fieldmen do not have one. They already have a good amount of veterancy though, so I may not need it for them. Okay, Blund's Bandits could do with it, but they don't have units in there that I actually want to keep there for now. Okay, you know what? We'll hire it up here and then send Blund's Bandits back there next turn. Let's see, don't care for most of those. Don't care for most of those. Man. I don't really like any of these options. End of the day, it's not terribly important though, I suppose. Because what really makes the difference is these skills, I think. Ooh. We can start getting this guy towards the experience per turn for the general's unit. Alright, now let's check the provinces. I do need to be a little bit more careful with this one because I haven't done it for several turns. Okay, we're good there, good here. Good here. Thrake is doing alright. Could be better, but they're doing fine. Up here we have plenty of public order. And plenty of food, so let's start boosting those up just a little bit. Alright, Dacia. Do I actually care about half of these buildings? Not really. Well, we have more than enough food to do that, so let's just do that. Why not? We've got tons of public order. I mean, that just helps with construction costs, so I don't really care about that either. I'd rather have that. I probably just converted it back from that, but whatever. Let's go back over to that building. Syria is looking okay. Sarmatia is totally fine. We don't even need the public order boost. But we may as well get it because all it costs us is food. And we have more than enough food there. Okay, all of my main provinces that I've held for a while are doing totally fine. It's mostly these newer ones that I was meaning to check. Okay, Hispania is looking okay, but could do with some extra food, so I could send a diplomat there. Could do with some extra food here as well, but I'm not too worried about that place yet. Over here, public order isn't great, but we will be getting a boost by +4, I think. Yeah, +4 boost to it next turn. Not next turn, 4 turns from now. I think I would rather go up to a civil town than get this. So that's -4. That would be... You know what? We can do both of them. So let's do both of those. Not in love with this building. I do kind of like having the boost to the foreigner population, though. So I think I'll actually go ahead and increase that. Whatever, we'll just build all this stuff here. Alright, so Kelia, not great on public order. So I will actually not improve any of these just yet. You know what, does that get me level 3 horses? It does, but these armies I don't really care about just yet. I don't care about getting them up to level 3 horses. Okay, pretty high banditry there, but that's alright. Okay. It looks like our provinces are doing pretty well. Tyros could use a little help, but I'm not going to bother with that because it's one city and I've got a full stack army right there to deal with any problems. The AI would probably deal with problems for me. Alright. Man, I dragged this stuff out for so long, don't you just love it? I could still recruit another army, but I don't need to, so I'm not going to. I could do with some extra loyalty for those nobles, but rather than sending a gift to them, I want to get her up to Shield Maiden quickly. So I'm going to have her organize games somewhere. Mesopotamia could still use it, but it's not #1 priority. Syria could make us a lot of money, so let's actually boost Syria up. I know they were already going positive, but anything extra I can do to get Syria up over plus 75, I think would be a good thing. Civil corruption, you dirty bastards. Get out of here.
The goddess blesses you. How can I...
Whatever, not actually a big deal. Alright. Burned through quite a bit of money, but not a problem. We can end the turn and then end the episode. Hopefully nothing too crazy happens over the end turn. I'm gonna guess that audio just got chopped to bits because that loaded weird.
Your men will turn the enemy's bow.
My men could do some pretty crazy things to the enemy's bowels, but
Can you help with this small matter?
that's not really something we should talk about right here. I would rather have a military alliance than a defensive alliance, by the way. Alright. An uneventful end turn, turn end, whichever you personally prefer. And we will go ahead and end this episode here. But I hope you guys are still enjoying this. We are getting to a point where I will probably stop recording this campaign soon. Oh, you know what? While we're at it in this episode, why don't I just look? Ultimate objectives. Parsa and Illyricum. Alright, so we're actually not far off of that, and then I would just have to recruit a navy. So, RDA, we have a defensive alliance, we would need a military alliance, and I doubt they would go for it, so I would have to go to war with them. These guys, yep, I should have a military alliance with. RDA wouldn't be difficult to get rid of, especially because I'm their only ally. So we could do that and then take Parsa pretty easily, recruit a navy, and have the campaign be over. But anyway, we will go ahead and end it here and see you in the next one, because it's not over yet.